What's going on, Sports Radio family, listeners, and everybody else out there who has been enjoying our content the last 5.5, almost 6 years? Ladies and gentlemen, I am the CEO of iSports Radio, Larry B. Many of you may know me, many of you may not know me yet, but I'll tell you what, I'm so very proud to say that the new era of iSports Radio is officially underway. With that said, y'all, here we go. All right, so I just got to give a big shout out and thank you to a lot of people. And this is going to be pretty much the introduction of our brand new era of iSports Radio. Real quick history, y'all. Just got to say, iSports Radio has been around since May 15th, 2014. That day, I just happened to come home from school. Usual stressful day, kind of a tough year for me in 2014. Came home and figured the biggest thing I wanted to do was broadcast. I had done a little SoundCloud type of stuff back in my later days of high school, early days of college, and well, things didn't quite pan out because I wasn't really passionate about it as much as I am sports. I love music, but sports is something that I was much more passionate about. Well, a couple years later, after college football, I had found myself wanting to broadcast again, and the rest is history. I came home, downloaded a little app by the name of Mixler on my computer, and the rest is history. Went on, met some great people, made some great friends along the way, and assembled this entire team through Twitter and social media, and it has been absolutely incredible. The last I guess you can say 6 years, the last 5 years and 10 months have been absolutely awesome, and I could not be more blessed than to have each and every one of you tuning in every week. And for all my teammates, I couldn't be more appreciative than to have you a part of this team. With that said, y'all, here we go. As I mentioned, we had a lot of thank yous to get to. I got a paper, as a matter of fact, that I'm about to read off of because I couldn't remember everybody because there's so much to get through tonight. So it's been about 10 minutes, but I just want to let everybody know I appreciate you all and thank you once again for being a part of this. So with that said, y'all, a little bit of our history. You just heard it. The snowball effect started in 2014, and well, here we are later. What was this? 5 years and 10 months later, with a total of 19 shows. How cool, right? A regional series, soon to be a more in-depth regional series. That's where I'm going to leave that. We got some surprises for y'all coming up pretty soon. We also have ourselves a well-developed blog, a very well-developed website now, and a forum, becoming a member, of course, lots of cool shirts, and an amazing team. But most of all, we have all of you. And we couldn't appreciate you more. I couldn't appreciate you more. And I just wanted to say thank you all once again from the bottom of my heart. So, with that said, y'all, here we go and start things off with a little bit of thank you to everybody and the new roles of IE Sports Radio. So, as many of you know, as I said earlier, I am the CEO once again of IE Sports Radio, and I have pretty much, I wouldn't say delegated, but I did finally make myself a organizational tree, and I'm very excited about that. So, with that said, once again, last week we had our meeting, and I went ahead and named a few of our newest people who are now, uh, I guess you can say, right along where I'm at at iSports Radio. So, once again, congratulations to Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr. He is the new COO, and I'm very happy to say that he has been pretty much my right hand for a very long time. So, our Chief Operations Officer, Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr., also Mr. Trevor Smith, our CLO, Chief Legal Officer, very happy to have him aboard. And I just gotta say big ups to all the people who I am about to read off in this little tree that we have here. Congratulations to, of course, Jonathan, Couch Crew Chief. I think I saw him right now inside the chat room. So what's going on, Jonathan? He, of course, is the head of marketing development. So glad to have him. He's doing his thing in the marketing department. I'm very happy to have him aboard, as well as the heads of the production department, Daryl Kinsey Jr., once again, and Mr. Mike Pat. So he is also the head of our blog. So I gotta say what's up to them and big ups to them for achieving those positions here at iSports Radio. Also, moving on over to our PR team, as I mentioned before many times, big ups and lots of love to Miss Meg Renee, Miss Angela Winstead in the iSports Radio Hall of Fame, as well as Mr. Taryn Rodriguez. They are all the heads of our PR department, and they've done an amazing job. Also, big ups to our booking agent, Mr. Jonathan, who has done every bit of amazing with our booking the last couple of weeks. It has been awesome. And I got a list of people to get through in a few minutes to talk about, of course, all of our previous guests, and a big shout out to all of them, and a big shout out to all of our upcoming guests. So, with that said, we do have the head of podcasts, myself, the head of the blog, Mike Pat, and of course, the head of live calls, which he'll be starting those pretty soon, Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr. So, big ups to all of them, and couldn't thank all of them more for the amount of work that they put in. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump on over now to the list of people that we've had in the last couple of weeks. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. If you get a chance to see this video, well, then we appreciate you so very much for stopping by Sports Radio. And we really hope to have plenty of you, or actually all of you, back as soon as you can get back. So, of course, big ups to UC Riverside men's basketball head coach David Patrick. So, got to show him some love. NASCAR driver and owner Mike Harmon. That was an amazing show. Great guy. And probably one of the best answers I think we have gotten for Caitlin Seam's toilet paper question. And if you don't know about that, tune into the Extra Mile and get to the end of the interviews, and you will hear all about that question. Also, NASCAR driver Quinn Houff, founder of Behind the Lights on YouTube, as well as the wife of Angel's Picture, Ty Buttry, Miss Sam Green. She was awesome to talk to last Monday. As a matter of fact, she's so awesome to talk to that we just happened to get her husband on tomorrow's show. So if you want some of that, check that out tomorrow. It's going to be awesome as I get a chance to sit down with my all-time favorite team, okay? The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Of course, one of our brand new pitchers in the bullpen, Mr. Ty Buttry. I'm really looking forward to speaking with him tomorrow. It is going to be awesome to hear all about his journey and him playing in Pawtucket and now heading on over to play for my team in the Big A, the Angels. I'm just gonna leave it at that because the entire name is way too long. Anyway, so with that said, I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. We also had a writer of the Pilot, or from the Daily Pilot in Orange County, Mr. Matt Zabo, stopped by Set Point last week to talk about kids, boys volleyball and girls volleyball, volleyball in high school. That was a lot of fun. NASCAR driver Jeb Burton, son of Ward Burton. I used to love that Caterpillar paint scheme back in the day. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you apparently don't know NASCAR. I'm just saying, I loved that paint scheme back in the day. As a big fan of that paint scheme, and a big fan of Ward Burton and his uncle Jeff Burton back in the day. And well, it was pretty neat to have Jeb Burton on the show this past week. So that was awesome to hear him. Also, big ups to NASCAR Truck Series driver Angela Ruck. It was awesome hearing her, as well as her response to Caitlin Seam's infamous toilet paper commercial question. So awesome stuff there. And of course, big ups to the man who let our very own Gabriel Montoya sit in on their conference call, manager of FC Dallas, Luchi Gonzalez. So big ups to him. Thank you very much. Also, big ups to former MLS champion of the former MLS champions of 2009, Real Salt Lake, Dino Nunez, stopped by to talk with Gabriel Montoya on Friday's show of the Soccer Scoreboard Show. So we got all that going on. And big ups to every one of those people who stopped by last week. That was awesome. And well, we have plenty more to come. Coming up next week, tomorrow, once again, I will be sitting down with Mr. Ty Buttry of my Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim to talk a little baseball. Once again, how it was in the minors. If you want more of that, it was awesome. Great video this past week with Miss Sam Green. It was amazing with their little interview this week, or her latest video, once again, Behind the Lights. So go check it out on YouTube. Really, really good stuff. So with that said, moving on, we have here coming up this week, crew chief of the number 32 Ford Mustang of Go Fast Racing, Ryan Sparks, will be stopping by on Wednesday to talk with myself and Mr. Couch crew chief himself, Jonathan, our booking agent. So we'll be talking with him on a Wednesday at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be a lot of fun. Also, same time for tomorrow on The Defining Moment. noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And coming up on Thursday, we have here NASCAR Truck Series driver of the number 49 CMI Motorsports Chevy of Mike Harmon Racing. We had the big man of Mike Harmon Racing, Mike Harmon himself, a couple of weeks ago, and we couldn't help ourselves. We had to get some more of that team, and well, wouldn't you know it, we have another driver jumping on in from this awesome racing team, and that will be Mr. Bailey Curry joining us on on third, well, not joining us, but joining Daryl and Caitlin on Thursday's episode of the Extra Mile. So all that coming up, and this month we got a pretty busy month, and trust me, there's gonna be plenty more. We have NASCAR driver, of course, as you guys know. That's pretty much what NASCAR is resorted to at the moment, and I'm loving every minute of it. It is awesome. You hear these drivers talking about it, and they're enjoying it. So I'm loving the heck out of it, and I'm really looking forward to hearing this coming up. But we have Blake Reynolds, NASCAR driver, coming up here. Also, Colin Kaminsky. He is US Indy Pro 2000. It's pretty cool. Indy Lights driver and Pitt goalie? Are you serious? Yeah, Jonathan gave me the news a little bit ago, and this is pretty sweet. Really? The University of Pittsburgh, the Panthers goalie back in the day? That's freaking sweet. So awesome stuff there to have him on the show coming up on the Extra Mile, as well as Robbie Fast. Looking forward to this one here. Spotter for Scott Dixon. Big ups to, of course, Mr. Scott Dixon. And the man has won 5 titles. I mean, seriously, champ all day long. So we got that and plenty more coming up. Once again, y'all, this is just an introduction to the new era because we have seriously switched gears. No pun intended to all of the auto sports and the auto sports shows, or the auto sports show here on iSports Radio. But I do gotta say, plenty is to come, and it is awesome. If you have not seen it yet, go on over to Facebook, the 3 and Out schedule for football. That's right, coming on up here in June. Hopefully, God please, we have football this year and everything's great. Well, the schedule is up for 8 divisions in 8 days on for 3 and Out. So it's up on Facebook. I'll be posting that tomorrow. You're going to see all that good stuff there, and I'm going to be posting all of the all the schedules and the times and everything for those days. So if you want to be a part of that show, hit me up. Let me know. You know what to do. You know how to do it. And we will schedule you to talk about your team on 8 divisions in 8 days. Our very special 8. That's right, y'all. For those of you who've been around, we've had 6 seasons so far. This will be number 7. Actually, no, this will be number 6 is coming up this year. 3 and Out, you already know. Instead of having a season premiere, we have 8 of them because we want to talk about every single team in depth for at least 45 minutes. So that's always a lot of fun. So if you want to book your spot now, you'll see the schedule tomorrow. Let me know, and we will have you a part of that. I see, of course, the lovely Miss Jess in the chat room. What's going on, Jess? She's a huge fan of ours, by the way, and we are a big fan of hers. I'm a big fan of hers. As a matter of fact, she was our February fan of the month, so big ups to Miss Jess. We actually had she was in January. My gosh, we've had all kinds of different people. Big ups, by the way, to last month's fan of the month, Mr. Earl, and this month's fan of the month of April, Miss Julie Voigt, Hall of Famer, iSports Radio Hall of Famer. So you'll be seeing her in all of her Colts gear and a collage that I make in a couple of days, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So with that said, y'all, that is that. Be looking forward to this channel right here. We are going to utilize Periscope like crazy. We're going to have a lot of fun talking plenty of sports. These won't be very long. This is going to be like right now, like 10 minutes, so right around there. But these are going to be a lot of fun to do. We're going to be doing this a lot on Periscope, getting ready to introduce new shows, getting ready to introduce new, my gosh, new things we're doing, new gear we got coming out, all kinds of new stuff, y'all. So be ready. Keep it tuned right here to the official IE Sports Radio Periscope. I hope you're excited, y'all. I hope you're excited, as excited as I am, because this is going to be a ride. We are almost 6 years in, y'all. Mark your calendars. We're going to have a very special 6th-year anniversary show on May 15th. 2020, and those years been a little rough on sports. We aren't giving up, y'all. As you can see, we're still doing our shows, we're still making content, we're getting more guests than we've ever got. And as I always say, big ups and thank you to all of the awesome colleagues, all of my awesome colleagues of IE Sports Radio. You guys are amazing. And I mean, really, if I had an applause button right now, I would hit it because y'all know already. That's how it is. We appreciate you so much, everyone of you colleagues here at IE Sports Radio and every one of you listeners out there who make this thing possible. We appreciate you so much, and that's just how we do it. So, coming up this week, we've got plenty more shows coming your way. Tomorrow, actually earlier tonight, early this evening, we got the week kicked off with the Lock and Crooks Southern Sports Podcast with Mr. Davison Crooks and Mr. Dentarius Locke. Awesome stuff as always. Of course, tomorrow you got the defining moment coming up with me. You have on Tuesday, as Caitlin calls it, Terran Tuesdays now. It's going to be a lot of fun, y'all. It's going to be a lot of fun coming up on Tuesday evening. After that, Marcus Los Great talking some boxing and combat sports on Gloves Off. Wednesday, you will catch myself in the Couch Crew Chief. That's right, y'all. Mr. Jonathan will be joining us. And I'm going to be talking, of course, to Mr. Ryan Sparks, crew chief in NASCAR. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Crew chief of Mr. LaJoy, as a matter of fact. So we'll be talking there on Thursday. Not what it seems, you already know, and the extra mile. And coming up on Friday, we got the Soccer Scoreboard Show, as well as another. And I just got to give him a big warm introduction, man. If none of you heard it, go check it out. Mr. Robert Kavanaugh did his thing on Friday night. Doing a great job already. The man loves his hockey, and that's who we want to host these shows. People who love their sports so much, they just want to talk about them for about an hour, maybe longer, here at IE Sports Radio. So big ups to Mr. Rob Kavanaugh. Great show he had. And tune in on Friday evening. He'll be there. And, of course, Fast Break with Mr. Dentarius Locke coming up next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, if you will. And, of course, we've got lots of shows coming up. Bases Loaded currently on hiatus. Looking forward to have them back soon. Of course, when baseball gets rolling again soon, and our regional shows, getting hosts and everything ready for that as well. But with that said, y'all, we got plenty to come, plenty more to go, and I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving the heck out of what we got going here, and I appreciate it. Oh, yes, right. Taryn reminded me on Monday. That's right. Tomorrow we do have Let's Wind About Sports, Mr. Mike Pat. And if you want to hear the unfiltered truth, well, you know where to come, y'all. IE Sports Radio. Mr. Phil Jones, Mr. Phil Robertson III, coming at you tomorrow evening. Oh, it's going to be a great party, y'all. We're going to have some fun. So with that said, we appreciate you all so very much once again. And thank you all for being the biggest and best part of IE Sports Radio. All of the listeners out there, without y'all, we'd be nothing. And we really appreciate you so very much. So once again, keep it locked to the official Periscope of IE Sports Radio. And we will be delivering you the best content, the best interviews, and just all around best of us that we can deliver. Thank you all so very much for showing us love. Thank you all so very much for really giving us tons and tons of support and love. And more than anything, thank you all for being amazing. With that said, y'all, we appreciate you. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you soon. Take care. And as always, God bless.